Hey guys, I'm Kaylin. Welcome back to Fable Hill Farm. Today is October 8th, and I thought I would give you guys a farm update because it's been a while. Been really busy and just kind of under the weather and going through the day-to-day, being a stay-at-home mom with a just recently turned 2-year-old who had a really awesome, fantastic bug-themed party recently. And we've just been overwhelmed, so I haven't given you a lot of updates and a lot of videos, and I'm sorry for that, but life, you know, life of a homesteader and a mom and a wife and a human being. So I'm gonna take you guys around, show you the farm, tell you how the ducks are doing, what's our Muscovy duck situation, what's the goat situation, give you a look at the baby goats we had born recently, which if you haven't seen that video and you're interested in watching my goat Finkel give birth to her triplets, you can check that video out. I'll link it down below. Kind of sad, to be honest, right now because Homesteaders of America conference just started and I would so love to be there. I hope I get to go there in the future, and if any of you are watching this video are there, more power to you. I hope you have a great time and you learn lots. I bet it's such a cool experience. So getting right to it, I thought I would start in the garden, the sad dying garden behind me that hopefully next year we'll do better. We've had some challenges, especially with that late killing frost that we had this year. I actually just got a bunch of seeds in the mail from Baker Creek and M.I. Gardner, and I'm really excited for next year. I feel like I took away some lessons from this year. One of the biggest lessons being not to put the garden by the chickens, and we certainly won't be making that mistake again in the future. I'm going to be tearing out one of these beds here this weekend actually, because I just bought some garlic, some seed garlic from M.I. Gardner. I think I got 5 varieties, both hardneck and softneck. Never grown garlic before, but I'm going to give it a shot, and because I'm in zone 5B, I need to get it in the soil pretty quick. So I want to get this bed cleared out. I'm going to put some more compost, or have my husband truck some compost down from the big compost pile out there and put a light layer on, plant the garlic, mulch it lightly with straw, and see what happens. You're supposed to plant garlic where you have enough time, and they say like 6 weeks before the ground freezes, so that the garlic can start to grow, and then basically it goes into a state of dormancy. But you want it to be, you know, already starting the process, and then in the spring when everything thaws, it will continue to grow and finish sometime around June or July, I think, in our climate. So I'll take you guys through, show you the garden, what's left of it, talk to you about what our garden plans are, and then we'll go check out the Muscovy duck flock, what we've still got left. A couple of videos that I have upcoming that I'm working on, just want to share with you guys real quick. The first one is going to be my Muscovy breeding plan for next year and diving more into Muscovy genetics. I know so many of my viewers are here for the Muscovy ducks, and I haven't been giving you a lot of duck content, so that's going to be my next video. Stay tuned for that one. Going to be talking about my keeper birds, showing you photos of all of them, talking about my breeding plans, what birds are going to be penned together next year. I have one more new hen that's coming in from my friend over in Greenville, a blue barred hen. Excited for her, bringing her lilac barred hen, and excited to do that video. I have one I did last year. I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it. Just interesting, you know, going into the Muscovy genetics. Next year I should be hatching some rippled babies, which I'm excited about, and just, you know, happy to share that with you as I have learned more about Muscovy genetics through the last couple of years with my breeding program. The next video after that I'll be working on, which I've already filmed, I just need to edit, is talking about how we dual raise our kids, allowing our does to raise them, but also supplementing with bottles, why we do that, how we do that, and why that works for us. So those are the next 2 videos that'll be coming out. And of course, if there's a video that you want to see, if there's something you're interested in hearing me talk about, if it's something I feel like I can speak from experience and, you know, add value to, I'm more than happy to put that on the list and to create that content for you guys. So don't forget to leave me a comment down below and let me know what it is you want to see. Here is the garden. These marigolds, so late to get to the party this summer, but man, are they just indestructible. They just keep going. Still beautiful. You can see, you know, them dying back, but overall really well. This yellow variety has not done as well, but you can see, I mean, basically what's growing in the garden is marigolds. Lots and lots of marigolds, so that's pretty cool. This Swiss chard, I cannot believe this still looks this good. Definitely need to harvest some off there. I want to do some juicing, but that's done amazing. This is so weird. What is this? Oh, is it the landscape fabric? This is a Zucchino Rampicante that didn't get picked, and it just kind of was looking funky, so I left it there. I'll probably cut it open and see if I can pluck the seeds. I'm not sure if I can. You can see this is just really not looking so hot here. I just picked one fruit that was nice off of it the other day, but I do think it's probably done. I mean, it's got a couple of blossoms left on it, but I'm not really sure that it's going to test or amount to anything, I should say. There is actually this like very late blooming cucumber plant that gave me a surprise cucumber this past week, and now it's like dying off, so don't think that's going to amount to anything. Got some borage in here that was just a volunteer. Again, over here, Swiss chard is really just done so well for me this year, and there's quite a few plants in here, and they just look amazing. I can't believe how much I picked off of them. They just look so good. The nasturtiums also have done great for me this year, so plant those mostly for companion plant reasons, and they've done really well. I've got this little basil plant here that's going to seed. I'm just going to let it, because if it wants to seed basil in this bed, that'd be cool. Volunteer, so yeah, just not a whole lot. There's lots of zinnias still coming up. They must be volunteers. This kale plant seen better days, but it lasted a long time. It needs to be pulled out of here. I mean, it's got some growth on the top, but not so great. Got lots of zinnias here. So many tomato plants that just haven't really produced fruit. I'm going to blame myself and say I should have fertilized, and I didn't. And I certainly did last year, and so that is my fault. I've just been too busy, and so yeah, a lot of tomatoes that didn't come to fruition. Also, I feel like a lot of wasted space. I don't know if you've seen previous videos. I had all these beans in here that were supposed to be bush beans and turned out to be like a runner type bean, and they just took over everything, and it was such a mess, and they weren't very good beans, so I won't be planting those again. But you can see there's literally like little tomato plants just coming up all over the place. And again, zone 5B, they're not going to produce any fruit. So they're just here hanging out. Look how great these marigolds look. They're so beautiful, and it's really lively still. I just picked a bunch of zinnias the other day, actually, so all of the prettiest flowers are not here. But lots of zinnia plants and still lots of buds. Zinnias are like amazing, and they just go and go and go and go and go. So yeah, that's pretty cool. This variety is really pretty. Again, I picked the nicest looking flowers. Oh, there's a little creature, shoe bug. There's just so many different mixed zinnias in here, and they're just so beautiful and bring me so much joy. I've got some pink ones here, and these beds, I imagine next year will, you know, continue to be full of zinnias with reseeding. There's a little purple guy here. Another really pretty nasturtium that's going wild. They seem to like the fall. Had cucumbers here. There's still one growing that's actually fruiting, which is interesting. This must be one. Oh, you can see it's from over here. Funny. Just put that guy up there. It's got food on it. I don't know that it'll do well, but we'll see. Let me put it up there. So we've got that cucumber. There's another one here. I did reseed the cucumbers a while back, and they didn't really germinate so well. So I'm assuming that's what those are from, because they're definitely not from, like, this is my first cucumber plants that are dead as a doornail. So yeah, that's must be what that is. I've got lots and lots of seed pods out here I need to come and collect, and I'll do that. We just got some rain today, so today's not the best day to do it. Look at this. I wonder if these beans are any good. Actually, yes, still good. That's amazing. This is actually like a whole new plant. See it? It's like young, fresh growth, which is wild. It must have like reseeded or something, I'm not sure. You see here, all this is like new growth. So, yeah, that's wild. I am gonna help myself. Just a couple of beans on there. Lots and lots of pods. All up there. I'll collect the seeds. Marigolds, again, this variety, whatever it is. I'll have to look at my packets and see if I can figure it out. So beautiful, right? So hardy, so prolific. There's some beans here too that are fresh. These ones I didn't like as much. They just don't have the tenderness. These are the dragon tongue bush beans, and they are amazing, and I will grow them forever and ever. And these are peas, so you can see the pea pods here. Need to come through and collect the seeds on those. And that's that whole bed. And then on this side here, again, there's that rampicante facing the entrance to the garden here. This is cool. This is like a double-headed flower. A little weirdo. Zinnia. And still have a ton of peppers in here. A lot that's fallen down that I need to collect. I'm going to be attempting to do pepper jelly this weekend. Hopefully I can do that with the kiddo. This eggplant here that's just... I don't know what these are doing. I don't think these are ready to eat, but they're like splitting, so that plant is struggling. This one is a... I don't know what this is. I think it's a Kajari melon. And you can see this little Kajari melon here. These just... they didn't really grow, and they didn't do well for me again this year. This is the first year I've even seen fruit off of them. So, yeah, not gonna be eating any Kajari melons. You can see all through here, these are all beans. And I need to, oh yeah, I really need to get these picked. Some of them have opened and already gone into the soil, so I should have picked them sooner. I just haven't, but I'll let them dry out and then pick them this weekend. Lots and lots of beans to pick. There are some cherry tomatoes in here. You see these guys here, and they're still growing. These ones are almost ripe, so this is a different plant that I haven't got fruit off yet, so that's kind of cool. It looks like we'll get a few cherry tomatoes there. Over here, lots and lots of zinnias. This is a lettuce plant I let go to seed. Would love for lettuce to just self-seed through these beds. That'd be really cool. Lots and lots of peppers again over here. Walk around this way. Look at how beautiful this orange is. Petal got a little bit bent, but so pretty. Oh, lots and lots of peppers. It's all mixed in here. Lots of stuff that needs to get picked. Pretty overripe, a lot of it, but that's fine. It'll work well in pepper jelly. You can see there's just peppers all over the place. So that's my big project. These are herbs that have gone to seed, and I'm just letting them at this point. Lots of zinnias, again, you know, should be reseeded with zinnias all over the place. My mullein plant, I've harvested a lot off of. See, it's got all kinds of bugs on it. Bugs like mullein. It's doing well. This is lemongrass, and And it's just like really taking off now, and I don't know when I'm supposed to harvest it or what I'm supposed to do with it, so I have no idea. But that is lemongrass. Gotta look into that. Some chamomile, which did not grow at all this year really for me. And look at these tomato plants, so many. Here's a cherry tomato that is struggling but seems to still have fruit. A basil plant there that I should have pruned better so that it would have bushed out more. Another basil plant here, same problem. This little nasturtium just started growing recently. Again, kale plant. This one very sad, very past its prime. And more zinnias. Here's a pretty red one. And Mr. B, hello and thank you for all your hard work. This marigold is huge. Again, the marigold's just been amazing for me this year, so really love that. More marigolds and all the peppers. So many peppers. So, you know, got some work to do there. Oh, habaneros. Yeah, this guy's just loaded in here. Got stuff to do. So that's it. That's the garden. Greenhouse, of course, shut up and just a mess. We've picked a few pumpkins. The chickens destroyed so much of it. The potato bed is very, very sad and desolate behind me. This bed, actually, that my husband planted, that I thought was going to be a total failure because these plants just didn't grow. And they've been 100% neglected, not weeded, nothing. They are loaded with peppers too. So this one's like rotten, but there's all kinds of peppers on here and they definitely need to be picked. Oh, hello, Mr. Spider. See him? Where'd he go? He must have jumped. A jumping spider. So there's lots of peppers, not a lot of big peppers, but there are, oh yeah, look at these guys. See that? Peppers galore. So might try some cowboy candy. Oh wow. See, I haven't even been looking at these, and look, it shows. Look at all these bell peppers. Wow. Look at the size of these guys. These are beautiful. Fun, fun, fun. Bell peppers. Cool. There's more down here. Did not expect these to fruit like that. So pretty amazing. They took forever. Take you over to the duck house now. I cleaned it out a couple of weeks ago. It was not pretty, and we've got to redo the ramp. It just like disintegrated, which was bound to happen because it's just OSB. We still have quite a lot of ducks to butcher, and we're going to be doing that in the next couple weeks and doing our duck sausage, and I will take you guys along for that process. Yeah, the ducks have just been kind of moseying about, and the two newest hens we had gotten, the chocolate ripple and the lavender ripple hen, have both integrated really well. It's like they were always here. All the ducks are getting along well, all the drakes. We've got that one baby I kept who turned out to be a blue bard, not a lilac bard, which I was very disappointed in, so he'll wind up being butchered when he gets older as well. Yeah, we have a lot of birds still to butcher. You can see this mess here with this. Drop mama duck. It's just disintegrated, so it needs to be fixed. Here's Merlin. Here's this baby, this little blue bar drake, and he took off. So yeah. This is that keeper drake. Not liking that he's trapped in here. I still don't know what he is, and the only way I'm going to find out is by breeding him, test breeding next year, because first I thought he was lilac, and then everyone in like different Muscovy groups said they thought he was buff, but now he looks like silver, so I really have no idea what he is. We'll see. I think that this hen is silver, black and black hide. My favorite chocolate hen is so beautiful here. It's like clear the room. Feathers flying everywhere. Lots of molting happening right now. can see I need to come through and clean this duck house out again, scrape it, so we'll put that on the list. I have been finding some eggs. I've been pulling them because, you know, we're in Michigan and I don't let ducks hatch out babies in the winter. So this is the nest I've been finding them in. I don't see any in there now. Maybe they gave it up. Okay. Well, no eggs, which is fine by me. This looks to be a majority of the flock here. That's what's left of them. Ducks. You see the silly chickens over there and the guineas. Kiki! Oh, we got 2 new barn kittens a little while ago, and I haven't shared anything about them because they had some real health challenges, and I really wasn't sure if they were going to make it or if we were going to keep them, so I just kind of wanted to wait and see. So I will introduce you to them as well. We've named them Dobby and Jinx. They are brother and sister. They're still really young, so not, you know, spayed and neutered yet, but they will be, and they're super sweet. Our daughter just adores them, and they're really friendly cats. Maybe a little bit too friendly. They keep wanting to hang out in the garage, and so we're having to keep the garage shut to make sure that they're not in the garage. Dobby, the male, actually got locked in there overnight the other day, but they're loving the farm. They were on a farm. Their mom was just a feral cat that keeps dumping kittens off at this lady's farm every year and then abandoning them, and they're really, really sweet. So Jinx is actually right here. She's coming to see me. Must have heard me talking. Jinx! You've never been on camera, little Jinxie. What do you think of the camera, Jinx? Big, beautiful eyes, don't you, girlfriend? Maple leaves like this. I don't know if it's all leaves, but I know these maple leaves are like cracklins. Crack leaves to goats. They love them. I don't know if they'll come. They're all the way in the back of the pasture, but Uchard will if I call them, so. Boys! Boys! Here comes Uchard at a gallop. Boys! Uchard! Uchard! Come here, big dog! A whole bunch of the goats are out there. The does. Well, Sunny is not. She's here yelling, so I don't know what that means. Hop, hop, hop. Uchard! Hi, buddy! Hi, Uchard! Hi, bud! Hey, bud! Hey! Hi, big guy. Oh, Jinx is here. I don't know if they've really met, but he seems fine. That's Uchard, Jinxie. What do you think? Little kitty, Uchard? That's my kitty. Ooh. Cool to see this. Good boy, Uchard. Aw, sweet. That's Uchard. She's purring. And who are you, big dog? What do you think? Uh-oh. That little kitty? Good boy. Yeah, that's a good boy. Don't scare her now, big guy. Fox, are you gonna come? Boys! Come here, boys! I don't know if we got somebody in heat or what, but they're real adamant. Templeton's gonna come. He wants a treat. Tempy! Oh, God. You big dork. Come here. Come here and I'll pet you. Uchard. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, Uchard has really filled out. I wormed him and I've been feeding him an increase. I've been giving him 8 eggs, cooked eggs a week in tallow, in deer tallow, and then I've been giving him a couple of raw eggs as well. He's still getting the goat's milk periodically, and you know, we get to meat scraps and things like that, but he looks so much more filled out. He looks so much better having been wormed, and I think increasing his protein with the eggs has really made a difference. So he's looking good. I mean, he's lean, but he's young, and lean dogs are healthy dogs, certainly. He's very, very active. He's a working boy, but I didn't like how thin he was, and he looks so much better, so that's awesome. I've had to cut some burrs out of him recently because his coat is just so unforgiving with those mats. She's playing with him. Good boy, Uhtred. Hi, boys. Let's see if I can give these bucks a treat. Come here, boys. Come here. Stinky will come. Stinky will be for sure butchered this fall. He's supposed to be butchered this past year. Oh, what? Is it because Uhtred's here? What? Boys, come here. Boys, come here. Come here, boys. Templeton. Shady and Detour are just in love. Shady will likely be going to his new home soon. What do you think? You don't want to take him out of my hand? Is that it? You stinky buck. When I put him on the ground, you'll eat him? Okay. I'm treating Templeton's face for his urine scald. It's kind of a losing battle, but this is what it is. Been putting some bag balm on him, and that's helping, but you got to really wash him first, so in limited doses. Bucks are the weirdest creatures. Everybody is in full rut. Super extra gross and stinky and covered in pee. Isn't that right, Templeton? Doing good. Looking good, stinky boys. Looking good. We'll leave the bucks to their stinkiness, and not really any updates on the chickens. They're chickens, still laying eggs, getting anywhere between 5 to 8 eggs a day after we downsize. Got rid of some of the older hens, and you know, we'll see how it goes into the winter to kind of monitor if I want to hatch some more chicks or not next year. I'm not really sure. We've got quite a few extra roosters we're going to be butchering and feeding to Uhtred. Just put them in the freezer fully feathered and thaw them out as we go. I've actually got one in the freezer out in the pole barn I need to pull out and feed to him here pretty quick. Looking to see if the goats went in the barn or not. I don't know where the other kitten, Dobby, is. He is such a people lover. My husband gets home from work and picks him up and says, Dobby, let's go check the mail. So he rides in the Ranger a little bit, and he's just, I mean, he just loves people, and he lets Ellie pick him up and tote him around like no big thing. Maybe next year we'll actually put in permanent fencing. That would be so amazing. Actually was talking to my husband about pulling out some of the buck electric net fencing we have from Premier One. We're going to be putting the does out on the hayfield so they can browse it here. It's got a lot of alfalfa in it. It's a beautiful hayfield, but for what we have to pay a local farmer, an old family friend of my husband's, to come and cut and bale it, it would be the same price really as for how few bales we would get off of it as us just buying the hay. And we certainly don't need more hay. We have more than enough from the first 2 cuttings, so we're not going to cut it, which does disappoint me. I wish we had our own hay equipment, but we don't. So I'm going to put the does out on it and try to let them, you know, at least benefit off of that while I can. Door here a little bit. What we got going on? Oh, I see, Sunny. Oh, barn's a little wet. You know, again, it's been raining. I actually clean the poop out of my barn every single morning, and probably most people don't do that have goats and think that sounds crazy, but I just spot clean with a broom and a dustpan, and that works really, really well. So, yeah, I can't imagine, honestly, not doing that. Probably when I have more goats, I won't do that, but it doesn't really take long. It takes a few minutes, and to me, it makes such a huge difference, and obviously helps with parasites because you're not letting those eggs hatch in your barn. So, hey, Idy girl. Idy is hopefully, fingers crossed, bred, right, Idy? Because if you're not, you're gonna be in big trouble. Bred her to Detour, and she should be due January 24th. January babies, makes me very nervous, but got some scheduling conflicts next year and had to breed the girls earlier. So she should be bred, and if she isn't, she's going to be tested to see if she's a free martin. Right? You're not a free martin, are you, Idy? No, you wouldn't do that to me, would you? No. Okay. Here we have Wendy and her daughter Haggis. Haggis will be going back to her owner, my friend and mentor, Stacy, here in a little while. I don't know, end of this year perhaps. Yeah, sometime around November or December, I would imagine, when her mom gets dried off. Wendy actually had a double date with both Templeton and Detour. She should be due February 14th. Hooray for Valentine's babies, right, Wendy? Pretty confident she's bred because her milk supply dropped, and Stacy knows her genetics very well, and those genetics tend to drop supply, or drop production, I should say, like very quickly after getting bred. So it's likely she is bred, especially having been with 2 bucks and being a mature doe who's never had a problem settling. So her kids will all have to be DNA tested to be registered, you know, to see who's who. But hopefully, if the world, if all is right in the world and things go as I desperately hope they do, I could get a doe from both bucks out of Wendy, and that would be amazing. We have Sai here, Sunny's sweet little doe, my baby, my first baby, huh, Sai? She is obviously still very small because she was born in May, so she won't be getting bred. I may breed her for fall kids for next year, and she'll be bred to Detour. Otherwise, I will breed her for spring kids in 2023. So we'll just see what happens. Finkel here, who was our doe who recently kidded now about 4 weeks ago with triplets, is doing really well. Just did a recent milk test, first one for Finkel, and she milked 5.8 pounds, which is like a crazy amount for a Nigerian Dwarf for a first freshener. I bought Finkel because she comes from a lot of milk and a lot of data, and she certainly is putting in the bucket, so that was really exciting, and we'll see how it goes with her lactation. Turn the light on in here. Oops, still so dark. Gosh. My plan as of right now is to actually milk Finkel all the way through next year and not breed her. She just kidded, you know, again, like 4 weeks ago, so I can't breed her for spring kids. And I don't know that I want to breed anyone for fall next year. I think I will just milk her all the way through, so that way I do her full 305 days for DHIR, for milk testing, for her lactation records, and I see how she milks on an extended lactation, and then breed her to kid in the spring of 2023. As of right now, that's my plan. That's what I plan on doing, is not breeding her at all next year and just milking her through and then breeding her to kid in the spring. So we'll see. And here we have Miss Sunny and Sai came in here. They look so much alike. Hard to deny parentage there, right, Sunny? Chewing her cud, hanging out. Sunny has recently adopted one of Finkel's kids, one of the bucks, and she is nursing him regularly and crying for him at night when he's separated, which, no offense, Sai, but she doesn't even do that for you anymore. So, yeah, she stole one of Finkel's kids. What do you think? What do you think about that? Your mom took another baby. It's not even her baby. She thinks it is. And let's see here. Finkel's kids are resting. So this is, I went with a magic theme for these kids. This is Warlock, the little Swiss buck, who's like the sweetest guy in the entire world. And then this is Wizard, who I call Wizzy. And this is a kid that Sunny stole, this little chocolate buck here. And then this is Mage, our doe. Hey, sweet girl. And her name, her registered name is going to be Fable Hill Arcane Image. And call her Mage, which I thought was very clever. If I do say so myself. And we have Cherry here. Cherry again, cull doe, so sweet, but she will be butchered this fall as well with Stinky. She's got that extra teat, and you know, be sorry to see her go, but that is what she was destined for from, you know, birth, unfortunately. So she will be put into the freezer this fall. And yeah, everyone's doing really, really well. Babies are all doing well, all taking the bottle well and being super sweet, getting handled a lot. Very, very friendly kids. These two guys will be weathered. They can be great pets. Huh, buddy. Especially you, Warlock. You were just the sweetest little boy there ever was. Winkles has been a great mom, producing more than enough to feed her 3 kids, which is awesome. Certainly cannot say that about every first freshener who has triplets. Right, Fink? They're good too. So Sunny is bred to Detour as well, and she is due, if the breeding took, which I would assume it would, because again, her milk supply has dropped pretty significantly. She will be due the day after ID, which is January 25th. Now, goats, Nigerian dwarfs in particular, can go 5 days in either direction. So she could wind up kidding before ID or after ID. So if she's bred and ID is bred, then they could be kidding on the same day even, which would be crazy, but we have 2 stalls. So the end of this month, I'm going to be drawing blood for my biosecurity panels that we do annually here, and that's testing for CAE, CL, and Johne's disease. And at that time, I will also be doing blood pregnancy checks on Sunny, ID, and Windy to confirm if they are in fact pregnant. So fingers crossed that everyone is bred that's supposed to be bred, especially ID, because we've had no luck getting her bred, and I've had this goat now for way too long to not have her bred, and she's going to be a 2-year-old first freshener, and that's not great. And you don't want dairy goats to go too long without being bred, because they can develop fat on their reproductive organs that never goes away and can make it very difficult for them to actually get bred. So it's really important that she does get bred, and if she doesn't, then she will wind up being sold as a pet, and that would be just really unfortunate, because I was very much so looking forward to having kids out of ID, and I've certainly put a lot of time and a lot of money into her. And so if she is a free martin, then my mentor, who I bought her from, her breeder, will be replacing her with another doe for me. It's not something that you can predict. Sometimes does that are born in litters with bucks are free martins, and sometimes, you know, goats are born hermaphrodites. Genetics are weird, and just things happen. That's not uncommon in dairy goats. It's very common in cows, like in Holsteins. If you have a set of twins, a heifer and a bull calf, then that heifer calf is, I think, always a free martin. Maybe I'm misspeaking, but to my understanding, that's how it works. So just gonna push her head on me now. Look at that. Oh, you're a biter too. You're all biters. So it'd be really, really exciting to get kids on the ground from Detour. That is, again, our See You at Little Red Barn buck that I bought this year. He was born March 10th, which is my mom's birthday. And he is just such an exciting junior herd sire. A lot of really phenomenal animals in his pedigree. Hopefully he will improve rump and general appearance. And if we're lucky, also udder height and attachment, I would expect him to improve. Really stellar genetics behind him, and he's maturing nicely. He's really a sharp looking kid, and I can't wait to have kids on the ground from him. Hopefully the doe fairy blesses us with lots and lots of does. Well, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this farm update here in the second week of October. I appreciate all of you taking the time to watch this video, coming along on our journey. I'm sorry again to those of you who've been waiting for more content, especially duck content. I know you want it. I promise it's coming. That video should be coming out really soon that I mentioned in the beginning of this video on Muscovy genetics and my breeding plans for next year. Could you stop biting me? She is the worst biter of them all, and she's kind of a not nice biter. So that video will be coming out soon, and that video on dam raising, and then I think I'm gonna do an LGD update. If you're not already subscribed and you're interested in Nigerian dwarf goats, in Muscovy ducks, in milk testing, in showing goats, in raising animals holistically, in any or all of the above, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.